let's get into the special teams because there's actually a lot to get to on the special teams in this game. How do you feel? Where's your confidence?
How do we feel?
I started saying that. I was like, let's not go down that road. Where's your confidence level with Andy Borgal? So to recap, misses 2 extra points, doinked 1, like right away, right off the rip, both in the first quarter. Misses 2 extra points. Hits a chippy field goal, gets back in. They go to him late for a massive 53-yard kick, which he drills. I mean, he nailed that. Probably would have been good from 60, dead center. And then he puts the ensuing kickoff short of the landing zone and gives the Dolphins a short field with a chance to go down and win the game with a touchdown. Mike Vrabel has repeatedly said he's still confident in him. Gave him the game ball after the game. Yeah. Mentioned him today, talked about how he got asked, how do you know when it's time to move off a kicker versus letting him kick through struggles? And Vrabel shut that right down. Goes, we're not having that conversation yet. And we can bring in the Parker Romo of this. I know he went 5 for 5 last night in Atlanta, but the Patriots now, I don't want to say they rushed off of Chad Ryland because I think Chad Ryland needed a change of scenery. I don't think and he's been great in Arizona. I don't know that happens here. I think it had just gotten to a point here where it had gotten so bad in such a mental position that he needed to go elsewhere, right? But where are you at with letting Borgals kick through it versus are you worried and they should start bringing in other kickers?
No, my confidence is low in him right now because it's just been too shaky, right? But look, it's week 2. He's a rookie. Like this is the bed they've made. Yeah. They drafted this kid in the 6th round. They identified him as the kicker the second they drafted him. This is just the reality. Parker Romo put a nice push into it in the summer. Some would argue that he had a better summer.
So any buyer's remorse there or seller's remorse letting him go?
I mean, like 4 of those field goals last night were chip shots. He had a big one in the 4th quarter, right? He had a 50-plus yarder in the 4th quarter that put him up 2 possessions late in the game. So give him credit for that. Yeah, it is tough. It's a tough look on this Monday, September 15th, 2025. But they're playing the long game here. That's what Vrabel's doing right there. It's like, look, we came out of there with the win. He got that big kick, and so look, there's going to be ups and downs as it is with any rookie, and this is just what they decided to do. This is the bed they've made. They made a rookie their kicker, so this is what we have to live with, I think.
How'd you feel about the decision to kick the 53-yarder?
I was nervous. I was nervous about, but didn't he make some clutch kicks in college?
He did, and so it was interesting when Vrabel was asked about him today. He brought up he hasn't missed in the 4th quarter. So I think they're maybe weighing some of those later kicks differently, which you could argue, well, if he doesn't miss the kicks early, the kicks in the 4th quarter are not as important to the outcome. But, I mean, it's stones on the kid. It's stones on Vrabel to send him out there. And like I said, with Chad Ryland, I think it got to a point where he had to leave. I think it got to the point, and he's not alone in this. There's been a lot of kickers that mentally just needed a new setting. Yeah. That just had to happen. Nick Folk had some struggles. He was out of the NFL for a couple of years, came here and was good. It's just such a mental, streaky position. But when you put the faith in the kid to put him out there for the 53-yard and he hits it, that's how you ensure, okay, he's still going to have ability to kick through this and do it here because he has to, you obviously want him to do it here. You don't want the kid to blow up and fail overall, just on a human level. But from a Patriot standpoint, it doesn't help you at all if he figures it out somewhere else. Yeah, you want him to do it here.
It was a good sign, right? It's a good sign that he's capable of doing that, right? I don't think anybody expected him to actually hit that kick when they were lining up for it at the time. And so, yeah, look, you give him credit for hitting that one kick. Overall, it wasn't a great day for him, but like this is what we got to deal with. We got to deal with the ups and downs as we go. To your point about Parker Romo, he took over for Younghoe Koo, who really struggled in week 1 for the Falcons, but he's been a really good kicker in his time.
He had a down year at the second half of last year. He wasn't good.
I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if he was like Nick Folk. He's out of the league for a year. He comes back and then he's good somewhere else. Like it's just such a fickle position. It's like, I guess why did they draft a kicker? I don't see the need to draft a kicker in the first place. But like that's once they drafted him, it's like we're on the Borgal train.
Right.
Hopefully it's a smooth ride.
So we'll see what happens with him. And then you had did you put Bryce Behringer in ups or downs?
I wanted to give him an up. I was wondering about the punt that got returned for the touchdown. They were saying on the broadcast that like it's almost like he kicked it too far.
He might outkick his coverage.
The coverage couldn't get there in time.
The first one, Mac Hollins kind of misses a tackle, but you're coached. If you're the first one down there and you have a clean shot at the guy, some teams will coach it to just try to force a fumble, and you you have coverage behind you, especially when you have a guy like Brendan Schooler behind you who's an All-Pro, right? But the first one, they had 19-yard return. Like, it's a great punt, but it was a 19-yard return. And I remember looking at that and being like, it's a little more than you want off that kind of kick. And then I do wonder if he was out kicking his coverage. I think there was some pressure to flip the field, given the way that game was going, and not give Miami short fields. But it'll be interesting to hear Jeremy Springer this week talk about that. And was that a case of out kicking his coverage? Now, look, there's missed tackles there. I mean, Brendan Schooler had him. I think
whipped.
Charles Woods was the other one who whipped.
Charles Woods had him.
Had him wrapped up and just kind of let go.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. And if they do, it's two amazing punts by Bryce Baringer. I'm just I'd be interested to see the way the team views that. But
again, the tackling, dude. If Devon Achane stays in bounds, we're talking about how they're the worst tackling team in the league. That's like the number one thing.
I mean, I was having what's his name, the former Alabama Kenyon Drake flashbacks.
Oh my God!
Don't put Rob Gronkowski back there. But I don't want to like dump on Bryce Baringer for it, especially the one from his end zone. Like, that's a quick kick because you don't have as much room to get that off, and the line's close to you. Like, that's an unbelievable punt by Bryce Baringer. And when you have an All-Pro gunner, you really shouldn't be worried about out kicking your coverage. You just shouldn't.
And you shouldn't have to worry about the guy working his way all the way back to the other side of the field and taking it to the house. That's not something that happens very often.
But they did redeem themselves. Antonio Gibson, 90 yards to the house. Some great blocking on that one. Mac Hollins set a key block.
Looked like he broke a couple tackles there.
He broke a couple tackles. And we've seen this kick return unit be a weapon for them. He had a big one last week. He got them near the 50 last week. Now they went 3 and out and wasted it. But that's 2 weeks and 2 big kick returns for Antonio Gibson. So that's encouraging. Field goal operation needs to clean up, and obviously the punt return unit has some things to clean up as well.
No, I hated the kick return touchdown, Barth. We didn't get to see Drake May have his fourth quarter comeback. Gibson ruined it.
No, he took it away from him. So still no, throw an asterisk on that one.
Down Gibson.
You know how Felger and Maz will do the thing where they take, if you take
away.
So can I start adding? Well, if you count this, he kind of has one.
No. If you can give it and take it away.
For all the plays they've taken out and all the stats they've taken out, can I start adding stats to takes?
They're probably going to do 4 hours on Devon Achane going out of bounds.
No, it's going to be on Drake May not getting the game ball.
Oh, he's got to earn it.
It's going to be that, and then the penalties.
Yeah,
that's what I think it's going to be. But